Hey, what's going on, everyone? It's B. Avery with JustMyOpinion.net.
And I'm the Midnight Rambler, Malcolm Toussaint.
And we're here with you today for another episode of Spoiler Talk. And in this Spoiler Talk, we're going to talk about the Grand Budapest Hotel. And yes, we did say Spoiler Talk, meaning we're going to talk spoilers up, down, left, right, in, and out as if you've already seen the film. So, if you haven't seen the Grand Budapest Hotel yet, directed by Wes Anderson, and you don't want to be spoiled, I strongly suggest you turn the video off now, put it in that watch later list, and come back later so you won't be spoiled. And with that being said, you have been warned. All right, now, general impressions of the Grand Budapest Hotel. This movie snuck up on me, and overall, I really liked it. The characters in this film really carried the film. It was simple, but I don't want to say too simple. I mean, just all the characters and I think the color palette of cinematography really brought it to life. I kind of feel like this was I don't know, it's kind of shot like a board game to me, or like a play, and somebody was like just moving the pieces around. I don't know, but done in a way, I don't know. I wasn't just over the moon in love with it, but I really liked it. I had a lot of fun with it. Great serious moments, funny moments, cared about the characters and the story that was being told. I enjoyed it, and I recommend it to other Wes Anderson fans as well. And,
what about non-Wes Anderson film fans?
I don't know. I can tell there's some people that won't like this film. They won't enjoy it, and they'll possibly be like, what the hell is this? I mean, not to lie, there was a guy behind us saying that, this was, I don't know if you heard him. He's like, it's probably one of the worst films I've ever seen. I heard that.
Oh, my.
Okay. But I don't agree with him. I mean, I can understand why this wouldn't be for everyone, but I liked it. It's nothing that I would rush to go see again and be like, hey, man, you want to watch that Grand Budapest? Not for me. I enjoyed the time that was taken in today. That didn't even make no damn sense.
Let you make it?
I enjoyed myself.
What did you expect from it, though?
I expected a lot.
Okay, fair enough.
Because to be honest, I've never taught you about this. As long as, because he's been, waiting for this to come out for a while. He's. I'm sure you have very high expectations.
I'll talk about it.
Honestly, bro, this is the first Wes Anderson film that I've seen. I've heard of him forever.
I want to cry for 1,000 nights.
Yeah, I mean, you didn't know that until now, and I don't want. I didn't want to tell you that until we got in front of the camera. I know he did the Royal Tenenbaums. I know he did Rushmore. I know he did the Fantastic Mr. Fox, which was real good. That came out with 2010.
10, I think, maybe.
Because when I was working retail, one of my managers was always raving about how great Wes Anderson was, and how he was his favorite director. So I know he gives quality work. I've heard that from everyone. I just never was able to sit down and enjoy it until now. And so I know that was a surprise for you.
It was. It was a shocker.
Yeah, but how did you feel about it?
I loved it.
We're good.
I love Wes Anderson films. That was the Royal Tenenbaums. You brought that up. That was the first film we watched and broke down in film school. So it has a certain place in my heart. I love that film, of course, and just the way he's a true auteur. He takes control, like every single frame.
Oh yeah.
And it takes me. It's like, this is what I'm so at a loss for words. But like when they imagine like making films, like making this dark picture in this big film in this dark room, and you just kind of like sitting back and just watching it and being away. This is what they imagine. Like, he has total control. You can sit back and you just relax and I don't know. I love it. I love it.
That's all good. So you like the film. You had high expectations, and
high expectations were met, right? They were met.
Okay.
Yes.
Good. So you've seen the film, and if you haven't seen it already, I'm sure you have. This is just about a man named Zero Mustafa, who inherited a hotel, the Grand Budapest Hotel, from his his predecessor. What was his name? Mr. Gustav H. And it was just him telling a story. It started out in 1985, then went to 1962 or 1963.
Yeah, he told it as an older man.
Right, and then it went back to 1931 or 32, and they just started telling the story. it took a little while for for it to get started, for me at least. I mean, I'm not saying that it drug or drag, but when they finally did sit down at the table, Jude Law and Zero as an older man, when he started telling the story and his narration and monologuing, that's when I really got into it. I forgot his name, I didn't look it up, but he has a very pleasant voice as well, especially for storytelling. So we go back to 1932, and then you have Ralph Fiennes there, who caters to the older ladies. He likes the elderly ones, and says they're quite some of the best lays he's ever had. And with that, I mean, it was just the what blew me away, what I enjoyed the most through the whole film was the dialogue.
Okay.
There was a lot of it, and fit into such a confined spot, that had so much weight and meaning to it. I mean, throughout, and that was with every character. I mean, they was just so diverse, just with their costumes and makeup. Some of them said a lot, which was great. Some of them didn't say anything at all.
And they still still said something. They had so much personality on the screen.
Especially William Dafoe's character.
The faces.
Yeah.
Everything.
I mean, he had all those rings of brass knuckles going around. I think he said maybe 10 words in the whole movie, but he was just still a powerful presence. And I enjoyed it. It was kind of a some kind of a mystery too, just come to see who was the murderer, and how, who's gonna get the fortune of this this rich, I don't know what she was exactly, but she just had money. I mean, it's just great dialogue. I mean, really, I think my favorite, well, I don't want to get into my favorite character, but I mean, you can touch on that if you want.
But no, I mean, going back to what I was saying, I was at a loss for words for a second, but he just takes total control of what's going on the screen. You just sit back and relax and just be amazed. I mean, every shot, every pan, every zoom, everything makes sense. Everything adds to the characters, the story, and it just gets better as you keep watching it. And I just feel like this film was like that film. Like, he's always been one of my favorites, but this guy's gonna go down as one of the top directors of all time from this film.
That's fair. And you said the way it was shot in every frame. I do notice that as well. I tried. Today is Saturday. What's today's date? Damn, 15th. Yeah.
Maybe, I don't know.
Yeah, it's the 15th, March 15th, 2014. If you wanted to know, Saturday. I tried to go see her early. Well, it was limited released about a week or two ago in like LA and New York. I tried to go see an early screening on Tuesday, and when it got turned away, it was just too many people. Haven't made press status yet, but that's all right. And before I went to the theater, I wanted to look up the trailer one last time. And when I was seeing the trailer, I just noticed the way the whole trailer was shot. Everything in the movie is perfectly centered or symmetrical. I mean, like, everybody is like this right in the middle of the camera, or even the backdrop, just the set pieces, a chair, a window sill, a curtain, whatever, a statue, everything is just centered and symmetrical. And I was just really impressed by that. It really drew me in. I mean, I don't know if this makes sense, but I kind of feel like I was like in a dollhouse, with all the characters and their story, just going room to room, getting in all these, all this mayhem, of them escaping, trying to get out of prison. And another thing that impressed me with the camera was, I don't know how he shot this, and you have the film degree, maybe you can break it down, but I don't know how it was shot, but you shot here, the camera would just turn, would pivot all the way, and you have another set piece over here, it wouldn't move, it would turn this way, and then you have all this going over here. You have any idea what I'm talking about?
I think I don't know. I can't remember a specific scene, but I know what you're talking about. That's a part of his style. Just
yeah, and I don't know that because
just full control of everything that's going on within the shot. Every single piece in the shot, in the frame, is something out of his dream world. It's just really a beauty to watch. This guy's a master filmmaker. Like, I learned so much watching this guy's film, and I was blown away.
Is there anything you didn't like about it?
Okay, now I feel like the ending wasn't as fair as I wanted it to be for this film.
Right.
I mean, it came back around full circle from what happened at the beginning with the very first scene in the train. I just don't feel like it was fair enough for Ralph's character and what he went throughout the film, I just felt like it was cut a little bit short. You know, that was my disappointment. He got shot.
I agree with you. I was really disappointed with the way he got shot because, you know, Zero was, he was finishing out the story and narrating, and we wanted to know what happened with Ralph Fiennes' character, Mr. Gustav H. We wanted to find out what happened to his character, and he said something like, you know, he wasn't that well at getting old or growing old or something like that. I know they could have just ended it where he passed away or something, or had a heart attack or aneurysm or just something like that. Or, I don't know.
I would have felt better about that.
Yeah, but for him to just get shot, but then the last time we seen him, he's getting hemmed up by the police or whoever that was. But I didn't like that. I mean, you know, I kind of feel robbed a little bit.
I didn't either, but also I feel like this was a kind of a play on Nazi Germany, and I think that's kind of what they were kind of catering that into. But it still felt very unfair for what the character went through, and I was like,
Yeah, I mean,
you know, even the wife, like it just was cut short. Like she just died. Her and the baby just died from a disease.
And you know, he was, you know, he can't say her name. What was her name? Adolphe or something? I forgot. I don't think that was her name at all. I'm sorry. I don't think I was remotely close to her name. Did it start with an A or something? I don't know.
Something like that.
But yeah, I mean, you know, there was really there was an attraction there. I didn't really buy them being in love, and you know, but did you? I guess you did.
Well, yeah. I mean, it was pretty simple. I mean, he was just in love. It just
I don't know. Another part I didn't care for was at times I love the narration from Zero Mustafa, but a few times it was absent, and I feel it was needed to help, you know, bring the story along a little bit more. I don't want to say that I was bored, but my attention span fluttered a time or two. I don't know if I want to blame that on Zero's character, you know, because I like the narration, but in the second act, in the middle of the film, you know, it was absent for a long period of time. It was one part I was like, okay, I think it was like, I was like, where's the narration again? Like 2 seconds later, he started talking. I was like, oh, okay, yeah, well, you know, we're back here, you know. I mean, it was just more interesting for me that way. I didn't also like the head getting chopped off.
I was a fan of this. I'm gonna tell you why. I feel like it was
two in my face.
It was very Alfred Hitchcockish, and I'll tell you why. Because when they're in the theater, everybody thought that it was his wife, and they were like, "Oh no!" And so, yeah, they really behind us doing that.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden, it was the sister, and you're like, "Oh, well, I wasn't expecting that." You know, it was kind of one of those just playing with the audience. I like that.
I don't know. It kind of freaked me out when they just pulled a head up like that.
Well, I mean, you expected them. He had the basket, so you knew it was coming.
Yeah,
I just didn't expect it to be her.
Yeah, I mean, those type of things, you know, you can't. It's kind of hard to please everyone. But another thing on top of it, you know, the movie was funny. I laughed, you know, a lot.
The dialogue.
I mean, the characters were hilarious. Yeah. I mean, they were. It was a lot of dry humor, a lot of sarcasm, a fast talking, you know, shit talking. I mean, even with and no disrespect to the homosexual community out there, but when he called the guy a faggot, and then he was like, you know, I thought you was he like old ladies, and I thought you was a faggot, and he was like, you know, no, actually you're bisexual, and that was hilarious to me.
Yeah.
Towards the beginning. I mean, you know, no disrespect, but it was in the movie. I don't.
Adrian Brody is always great anyway.
No, he's not. I had a feeling he was gonna say that. I like Adrian Brody. I do like Adrian Brody, but he is not always great. He has had a.
You put him with a great director, and he's great.
Yeah. I didn't. Oh, he did a decent job in that movie Splice. I don't know if you saw that with they basically combined like the DNA of 6 or 7 animals and made their own creature. It was quite. Just check it out. You don't gotta rush.
I think I might have seen it, but I might have made myself forget about it. I ain't gonna lie about that. I love Adrian.
Just check out Splice. Just check out Splice.
I wrote it off in my mind. I erased it from my long-term memory bank.
But the Predator remake, did you see that with the I think it's Rodriguez guy, I think I can't remember his name. He was horrible in that film. He was the lead guy. he just didn't do a great job for me. So I can't say he's always great. But back to Budapest
He
Hotel.
can be great. I'll put it like that. I'll change up. Erase what I said. He can really be great
most of the time, but he is not great all of the time. No, he is not. But I did like his character in this. Excuse me. He really loved his mom, and he didn't want Gustavo or whatever. He's what did he say? If I find out that you ever laid a hand on my mom, dead or alive, I'm gonna cut your throat and do this. I mean, I was convinced. He wasn't there through the whole film, but when he was, he did his thing. And like I said, I also liked, Willem Dafoe. Oh, my favorite was Jeff Goldblum. He was so just so precise and calculated with everything. His dialogue, just the way he moved. I mean, he would have a stack of papers right here and a stack of papers over here, and just grab it and read this, and then just nonchalantly lay it to the side and grab another piece of paper. I don't know. I'm talking about him grabbing pieces of paper, but I noticed just the way he did it and his mannerisms. I don't know. He was just. I don't know. I mean, he was a kind of character. I bet he never had like holes in his sock. Just never had he never has a loose thread coming out of his clothes. I mean, he's a type of guy that irons his underwear.
That's the beauty of Wes Anderson.
Yeah, I mean, that's just what I got from his character. I mean, he uses a bar of soap one time, throws it away, gets another one. You know what I'm saying? That's what I got from Jeff Goldblum's character. Owen Wilson and Bill Murray, they were there for just a second.
I was excited. That's what got me excited about this film. I was like, because Wes always has those guys in this film since the very beginning. Always worked with Owen Wilson and Bill Murray a lot. Last couple years. Edward Norton on the last film a lot. So everybody being involved, I was like, this must be a really epic film for him to have everybody he's worked with. For the most part, the major players he's worked with before, back in another film altogether. Like, this is a pretty big deal, and I see why these guys latched on to it. It's just being a part of something so epic. This is, like I said, this is a masterclass in filmmaking.
Yeah,
it's a dream world. Total control. What was going on?
It was very beautifully shot as well. Something else I didn't like when they was doing the prison break. I didn't care for them talking so much in the barn. And it's like, oh, you didn't bring this, so you didn't bring that. I've been in jail for so long. I'm like, y'all need to get a move on. It wasn't a big deal, but I was kind of like, okay, come on, y'all need to.
It might have been a couple of seconds too long, but I liked what progressed in that scene. It just.
And I like the relationship between Gustavo and Zero. It's this little lobby boy, and he's this older man. I'm assuming in his 50s, maybe 60s. I don't know. And it showed the bond. The relationship was growing. It was they trusted each other, almost to the point of their lives. So I was just really seeing. It was really interesting seeing that journey and how it led to him to, okay, I'm going to leave the hotel to you. I don't know. I just really, I really liked it.
Yeah, I love their relationship. Like,
go ahead.
No, I'm just saying that bond that they had. I mean, I'll be honest. Zero, it took a while. He wasn't the most interesting person, but I've seen that character before. Like he was bouncing off of Mustafa, and he was doing it well. He just didn't have. He wasn't as layered at the very beginning, but eventually it came. Eventually, he came around.
Do you have a favorite scene? My favorite scene was the silly shootout at the end. When everybody just started peeking their head out. Is it a smart thing to stick your head out the door when guns are going off? No, it's probably best to take your gun, lock your door, and get under the bed and point at the door, and anybody tries to come in. But anyway, I didn't care about that. It was just a fun scene. Yeah. I mean, it was just silly.
It's like
everybody's running around. Yeah, and that's why I said like the little dollhouse thing. Mm-hmm. Like people just someone's up there just moving around, and like you said, total control. And I was just thrown into it. And then Edward Norton comes out of everywhere, and he was funny as well throughout. He's like, who's shooting at who? And he's like, this is the so-and-so, the murderer that did this and has the painting, the boy with the apple. This guy over here murdered his family and doing this corrupt thing, and he cut the woman's head off and da-da-da-da. Everybody's under arrest, it was just hilarious. And and seeing Zero running with his head low and bullets are flying. People are just shooting at nobody for no reason. I mean, but it was just a lot of fun.
It was fun.
That was kind of the icing on the cake, just to end everything. And I think he did a damn good job with that. I like the scene where Gustavo was like, oh, I know this time was coming. So and so is dead now, and you think I did it? And he just, bust out. He bust out and ran.
Yeah.
And then they go chase him, but they're going so slow, and the camera is just sitting there and sees them go this way and zig this way and go up the stairs. Oh, it's just funny to me. It just fit.
Yeah.
I liked it.
I actually liked when Jeff, Goldblum's character, when he was being chased by the
Oh yeah.
was it William Dafoe, his character?
Yeah, William Dafoe.
Like, just, I don't know, I just love the way he shoots
his name. Yeah, it was shot. It was shot real well.
And also the escape scene.
Oh yeah,
like, there was a lot of fun.
It was. They did their homework on that one. Digging in the floor. Then they had the extra long ladder. It was a 500-foot ladder, and they had another rope ladder, and the shot where they were climbing down, and they had to go through the sewers, and like you said, just a lot of fun. I like stuff like that. Kind of reminded me of Escape from Alcatraz. Did you see that one? It's an old man. What is his name? He is so big. I was finna say George Clooney. That's not his name. I'm not gonna turn this up until I find out this dude's name. What is his name? Clint Eastwood.
Okay.
Is in it.
Oh, okay.
Escape from Alcatraz.
Okay.
Yeah. It came out a long time ago, before I was born. But it just reminded me of that, when it was running out. But overall, I really liked it. I don't want to just keep talking about certain scenes because it was really just the characters and the dialogue that carried the movie over. A certain plot point. I don't know. I felt I was following characters more than the story, which was fine. The story was great too, though. It was just a story of how he inherited this hotel. I wasn't blown away by it, but I really did enjoy it as my first, I guess, Wes Anderson film.
What a shame.
Yeah, but I'll catch up. I'm pretty sure you'll give it a higher rating than I am.
Yes, I'm pretty sure I will.
But should we go ahead and give the ratings? Or do you have anything else you would like to add, sir?
I mean, it just the way this made me feel, like any Wes Anderson film, but especially this one. Like you said, it's like a dollhouse play. I felt like a grown ass kid.
Not a Tyler Perry play.
Come on. Come on, don't bring on Tyler Perry right now.
I'm sorry.
It ain't that. Come on. But no, it's like I just felt like a big kid. And I just sat back and I had fun. Of course, this isn't 100% realistic. Some things were over the top, but it wasn't.
Oh, yeah.
It was within the realm of the world. And it made sense and it was fun, or it pushed the story along. And so it just, I don't know. I really loved the film. I just didn't like. It's not that I didn't like it. I didn't think the ending was fair for the character. It didn't do him justice. His story that you had kind of grown and you grew to love him and what he had went through. To show his innocence and everything, and what his love for his Zero. So that's the only thing that I really saw wrong with it. I mean, it was a great tall tale. It was very epic, and I feel like that's why everybody that he was with kind of grasped along and got on board with the film.
Good breakdown there, sir. I like how you summed it up. Rating time. I'm gonna give The Grand Budapest Hotel, directed by Wes Anderson, an 8.5 out of 10. That's what I give it right there.
I'm gonna give it. I'm gonna give it a 9.5.
9.5. Oh snap!
Like I said, this is a master filmmaking class to me. Like, I really loved it. I just didn't feel the ending was fair, and that was it. I mean,
and some are saying this is Wes Anderson's best film. I don't know that.
I mean, I feel like I said. I mean, Royal Tenenbaums has a certain place in my heart, being that's the film that I kind of grew as a filmmaker watching, and I broke it down and studied it, to a T, and wrote papers about it. So it's not there yet, but I feel just the same, like just as blown away. So it might be on par with Royal Tenenbaums. It might be.
That's right. I might have to check it out within the next week.
I don't know if it's better than it, but it might be on par. I got to see it again, study a little bit more, but it's not too much I didn't like about the film.
Well, there you go, guys. You've heard my opinion and Malcolm's as well, and we would love to hear yours. So comment in that comment section below. Let us know how you feel about Royal Tenenbaums. Not Royal Tenenbaums, but the Grand Budapest Hotel. Also, let us know how you feel about, what we have to say about it. Our opinion, whether you agree or disagree. It doesn't matter. All films are subjective. Just because we like or dislike something doesn't mean that you have to like or dislike something. And our opinion is not superior to yours or anyone else's. This is just our opinion, just my opinion. So let us know in the comment section if you want to. You can look me up social networks at Brandon Keith Avery or facebook.com/justmyopinion, Instagram and Twitter at justmyopinion84, or website at www.justmyopinion.net. Where can people find you?
You can also look me up Facebook Malcolm Toussaint, Twitter Malcolm the number 2 letter G, or Instagram MTOOG.
Well, there you go, guys. Comment in that comment section below. Let us know what you think. Give us that thumbs up. Click on that subscribe button. Become one of our subscribers. Get all the content from the past, present, and the future. Got a lot of things in development right now. Go ahead and share it with the world. We don't mind. And before you go, don't forget that my name is B. Avery, and that's just my opinion. Peace.
Yeah.